I'm going to be getting my nipples out in today's video because it's just been too long and they cost a lot of money. No, I don't think it's even been that long, it's just relevant to the video. How's it going, potatoes? I have not thought of a new intro yet, I've not settled on a new intro yet, that is definitely not going to be it. But yeah, hello, it's Jamie, and today I'm going to be talking about top surgery, about the procedure I had and why I chose / didn't really choose to have scars. So as a little bit of background in case you're not sure about my top surgery journey or top surgery in general, I had top surgery about 6.5 years ago. It'll be 7 years in August, which actually I think that means it was 6.5 years ago now. It feels like a really long time. And I had double incision surgery. That is one of kind of 3-ish main types of surgery. The other two are peri-areola and keyhole. With peri and keyhole, you're left with very minimal scarring around part or the whole of your nipple. With double incision, you are left with the two larger scars under your chest. Hold on, let me just show you. This is where I get my nipples out. So you're left with these scars here. Mine are really faded because of how long ago I had surgery. Not everybody's will fade to the same amount. Some people's will fade even more. It just depends on you as an individual. But yeah, I'm left with these scars here that run from about here to here, and then here to here. And then I have scars around my nipples as well, but like you can't really tell about that. Also, my chest hair is shaped like an arrow, but that's just me. That's nothing to do with surgery. So yeah, your scars might be thinner or thicker or more pink or less pink. It depends on the person, but typically with double incision, you are left with these two larger scars along your chest, which over time will flatten, maybe stretch a bit, and they will typically fade quite a bit as well over time. But then with the peri and the keyhole, you're not left with those two large scars, just the ones around your nipples. And so I guess for people who don't know a huge amount about top surgery, that kind of leaves the question of like, why doesn't everybody go for peri or keyhole? Because it leaves less scarring, and surely that's a good thing. I mean, firstly, scars are not a bad thing, but also secondly, to have peri or keyhole, you need to meet certain criteria. Otherwise, your results just won't be as good. One of those major criteria is to be fairly small chested. I think no bigger than a B cup is what's said. And because I was small chested and I was less than a B cup pre-surgery, I get a lot of people asking me why I opted for double incision and ended up with the scars. I have also just been told outright that peri/keyhole are better surgical options, and as I clearly had an eligible chest based on their expert opinions from a censored photograph of me pre-surgery, then I absolutely should have gone for peri or keyhole and avoided having the two large scars that are kind of deemed ugly. Yeah, so it's not always the nicest thing to hear. Basically, it's not all about size as to whether you are completely eligible to go for peri or keyhole surgery. Surgery. I don't know why I said that so weird. It's also to do with nipple placement and skin elasticity, the elasticness of your skin, and also how full your chest is. So despite being an A cup pre-surgery, the two big reasons why I opted for double incision were, number one, nipple placement. My nipples sat kinda low, and this is probably a good point to get my nipples out again to show you because it will make more sense. Hold on. So basically now, like, my nipples were moved and resized quite a bit. They sit along the pectoral line here, like, and kind of outways a bit. But when I was pre-surgery, my nipples were kind of like here-ish, and like there is some scope to move them a bit higher and stuff with peri, but not keyhole, but it really wouldn't have been able to move them as much as with double incision. So my surgeon told me I'd probably end up with quite low and more centered nipples rather than having them higher and on the edges like they are now. And basically I didn't like the sound of that. I didn't want that. I wanted my nipples to be moved and properly resized and everything. Secondly, my chest was pretty full. This might sound weird. It was small in size, but it was full. It was all about... I don't know how else to describe that. My surgeon described it a lot better than I can, but that was a long time ago and I don't remember what he said. But it essentially meant that if I went for peri, because I wouldn't have gotten keyhole, it would have been peri, I was highly likely to be left behind with more tissue than I would have wanted. And that would have meant I probably would have needed or wanted a revision later on down the line. So with that all weighed up, and after discussing it with my surgeon, I decided that nipple placement and kind of flatness of my chest and the shape of my chest and just everything like that was more important to me than scarring. So that's why I went for double incision, because I wanted a chest that was as flat as possible. I wanted nipple placement that kind of sat along my pec line, and I didn't want to run the risk of having any excess skin either. And I was like, I think the scars are worth it. So although sometimes I have like these fleeting thoughts of just like, did I rush it? Was I an impatient 18-year-old? Did I not think it through properly? I have no regrets. I definitely like overall always think that I made the best decision for myself, and I'm very happy with my results. The scars don't bother me. Obviously, like, I would have preferred to not have scars. Like, I don't exactly love them, but I'm at peace with them and it's fine. like they're worth it. So yeah, that's why I chose scars. Yeah, and despite many people, whoa, that was a bad voice break. And despite many people having since told me that peri was definitely the better option for me and why didn't I go for that, I know that double incision was the right option to go for. I think I just wanted to make this video to kind of highlight that there is a bit of an issue with like surgery shaming and saying that one surgery technique is better than the other. Like, you don't know exactly the circumstances surrounding why somebody chose a particular technique or what their surgeon advised them and all of that stuff. I don't think peri is better than double incision. I don't think double incision is better than peri. I think it's all about what's best for the individual and the body of the individual. That sounded really weird. That was a very, very strange way to phrase that. I'm sorry. I'm gonna wrap this video up and I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you learned something. I'm not trying to be a dick to the people who've commented saying that I should have got peri. I'm just saying that there's a lot more going on than what you can tell over the internet, and maybe let's not shame people's surgeries or their surgical decisions. And yeah, that's everything. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, maybe think about giving it a thumbs up and subscribing if you want to, but no pressure. If there's anything you'd like to see from me in the future, then leave it in the comments below. And if you've had any experiences about top surgery, or you have any questions about top surgery, then also leave them in the comments below. Let's start a conversation, let's chat, and yeah, I think that's everything that I wanted to say. Thanks for watching, much love, bye!